Good morning, friends. On to today's lecture, we are going to start our new chapter, that is demand function. Okay, in this chapter, we have to study what is the demand, concept of demand. Then we have to focus on what is the demand function. Apart from that, in the next content, we have to study the elasticity concept, right? Which the somehow the background of this content you have already studied in the 12th standard, right? So on the today's lecture we will start with the demand, the concept of demand. I go through with the each and every concept because I know that the some peoples are coming from the non-commerce background, and so that I have to explain each and everything regarding to this concept as well. So let's be focused on the concept of demand. First of all, you have to understand, guys, what is the demand. Demand म्हणजे मागणी म्हणता ना तुम्ही. What is the demand? The demand means desire. In a simple language we can say that it is nothing but a desire. But desire, there are number of desire. Desires are always unlimited. Am I right? You are a common person, or even me too. Our desires are there are number of desires arise every day, every minute. After completion of one desire, a second immediately arise. Means the human wants is unlimited. The rule of economics, you know, the human wants is always unlimited, but the available resources are limited. Means the desires are arises again and again. So the in the simple language we can say that the demand is desire, but all the desires are not demand. Why? Because according to Alfred Marshall, the demand is going to fulfill when and when only it will backed by ability to pay and willingness to pay. What is the ability to pay? Ability to pay means how much your capacity to pay for it, whether you have a capacity. Desire, there are number of desire. Even my desire is that to purchase a jet aeroplane, or you can say the helicopter, but it will not consider as a demand because I does not have the capacity to pay for it, right? Means demand will fulfill when and when only it is backed by demand, desire plus ability to pay. Sometimes we have a desire, even we have a ability to pay, but again our demand will not fulfill. Why? Because sometimes there is no willingness to pay. Means कधी कधी माझ्याकडे पैसे असतात, माझी इच्छा पण असते, म्हणजे when I go to the shop I want to purchase a watch, I like the watch, I want to purchase it, my desire is to purchase it. Okay, even I have a money in my purse as well, बट मला असं वाटतं की नको एवढे पैसे कशाला खर्च करायचे आहेत घड्याळासाठी. म्हणजे समटाईम्स यू आर नॉट विल टू पे फॉर इट. मीन्स ॲट दॅट टाईम युअर डिमांड विल नॉट फुलफिल. If you want to fulfill your demand, then your desire should be backed by ability to pay and willingness to pay. Then and then only it will consider as a successful demand. So you can see in the this slide as well. What is the demand? Demand means a desire. Okay, but all desires are not demand. For the success of the demand, always remember, for the success of the demand, the desire should backed by ability to pay and willingness to pay. Okay, here again I mentioned the formula. What is the demand? In a simple language you can say that the demand means the quantity of a commodity a consumer wants to purchase at a particular price in a given पिरियड. एका विशिष्ट वेळेला जेवढ्या वस्तू तो घेऊ इच्छित असतो. माझ्याकडे पैसे आहेत आणि मी मार्केटमध्ये जाते, आय वॉन्ट टू परचेस 1 kg ऑफ टोमॅटो, 2 kg ऑफ पोटॅटो अँड 1 kg ऑफ ऑनियन. देन वॉट एवर द क्वांटिटी आय वॉन्ट टू परचेस ॲट दॅट पर्टिक्युलर पिरियड इन अ गिवन, और यू कॅन से ॲट द पर्टिक्युलर प्राइस इन अ गिवन पिरियड इज नथिंग बट अ demand. Okay, that concept of demand second is further divided into individual demand and market demand. It already studied in the 12th standard, guys. In the consumer behavior already studied the concept of demand, what is the types of demand. Okay, again in this syllabus we are going to revise it because some people are coming from the non-commerce background, so these concepts are included into it. What is the individual demand? Individual म्हणजे वैयक्तिक, एकट्या व्यक्तीची. ओके, मार्केटमध्ये असणाऱ्या एखाद्या व्यक्तीची डिमांड जर तुम्ही कन्सिडर केली तर इट कॉल्ड ॲज individual demand. So what is the definition? The individual demand means the demand in the point of view of a individual. एखाद्या व्यक्तीची जी काही डिमांड असते त्याला तुम्ही इंडिव्हिज्युअल डिमांड असं म्हणू शकता. ऑन द अदर हँड it influenced by his taste, habit, income and price. Means individual demand is affected by number of determinants. There are number of determinants like taste means त्याची आवडी निवड, habit म्हणजे त्याची सवय आहे, त्याचा income आहे आणि वस्तूची किंमत आहे. Means these are the number of factors which affect on the demand. Okay, because it is individual demand. When you see the demand of a person in the market, actually in the market there are not only one person present, number of consumers are there, but if you consider the demand of a person, then it is called as individual demand. Next one is the what is market demand. Market demand is the aggregate of all the individual buyers demand in the market. When you think about the market, there are number of consumers present, like okay, and if you make the addition of that, means the aggregate of all the consumers demand, it's called as market demand. Means you have to make the horizontal addition. Let me take the example. The demand of A is the 10 kg for potato, demand of B is the 20 kg of potato, and the demand of C is the 30 kg of potato. Means 30 plus 20 plus 10 is the 60. 60 is the market demand, right? Means you have to make the horizontal addition of all the individual demand, then you easily get the market demand. It is nothing but the concept of demand. Okay, the next one is firms demand. Firms means the individual company who produce the goods. One company, one production unit is called as a firm. The business organization under one control producing the given product is called as a firm, right? Means when you consider the one production unit, then it you called as firm. Okay, at the given period, how much quantity of the firm produces that can be sold, it called as firm's demand. Get it? What is the firm's demand? At the given period of time, how much quantity of the firm produce that can be sold, it called as फर्म्स डिमांड. एखाद्या कंपनीनं, एखाद्या उद्योग संस्थेमध्ये जेवढ्या काही वस्तूंचे उत्पादन केलं जातं, हाऊ मच क्वांटिटी ऑफ द फर्म प्रोड्यूस्ड आणि ते विकलं जातं, त्याला त्या फर्मची डिमांड असं म्हणतात. आता लेट वी टेक द एक्झाम्पल ऑफ ITC और ITC इज द FMCG, बिग नेम इन द FMCG. FMCG मीन्स द फास्ट मुव्हिंग कन्झ्युमर गुड्समधली टॉपची कंपनी आता सध्याला ITC. ओके, आता ITCनं तयार केलेल्या विवेल साबणाची जर तुम्ही डिमांड बघितली तर त्याला म्हणणार आहे द इंडिव्हिज्युअल किंवा फर्म्स डिमांड. ओके, अँड वेन यू आर कन्सिडरिंग द बाथ सोप, the demand of all the bath soap, not only the Vivel but there are number of substitute, then it is called as industry demand. What is the meaning of industry? Industry means the group of firm producing same product. Means those who are producing soap, then it called as soap industry. Those who are producing hair oil, these are the hair oil industry. Automobile industries. Means when they are producing the same product, then it called as industrial demand. And that industrial demand is nothing. First of all, you have to understand what is the meaning of industry. Industry is the group of firm who are producing same product. Like what is the definition of industry demand? आता industry म्हणजे काय मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं, it is the group of firms. Then you have to make the addition of all the firms demand, right? Means the total demand of the product of all the firm in an industry actually is nothing but the industrial demand. Or you can say when you make the aggregation or the addition of all the firms demand, then you will get the industrial demand. Okay, the next part is all about, just you have to think, it is not included in your syllabus but it is the mandatory part to study, because in the next content we have to study the demand function. So you have to go through what is the law of demand. Actually when we go to the market, first of all we are a common person guys. Okay, when you go to the market, you first ask for the what is the price of a commodity, right? कधीही तुम्ही दुकानामध्ये गेलात, we are common person, right? तो पहिल्यांदा आपण तिथे दुकानात काय विचारत असतो, तर आपण तिथं प्राइस विचारत असतो. इफ प्राइस इन्क्रीजेस, डिमांड डिक्रीजेस. म्हणजे तुमच्या मम्मानं तुम्हाला 100 रुपीज दिले असतील आणि शी सेड की 10 कमोडिटीज यू हॅव टू परचेस विद इन दॅट 100 रुपीज, अँड वेन यू गो टू द शॉप, लेट वी कन्सिडर द प्राइजेस ऑफ that product become a 20, then you only purchase the 5 product. Means when the demand increases, when the price increases, demand decreases. This is called as law of demand, right? This law of demand means showing the inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded, and that relation is showing by Dr. Alfred Marshall in his book Principle of Economics, which was wrote in 1890, right? तुम्ही 12वी मध्येही पाहिलेलं आहे की अल्फ्रेड मार्शलने प्रिन्सिपल ऑफ इकॉनॉमिक्स हे जे बुक लिहिलेलं होतं, इन दॅट बुक ऑल दिस सच कन्सेप्ट आर इन्वॉल्व्ड. ओके, जस्ट यू हॅव टू रिमेंबर दॅट देर इज negative relationship between price of the commodity and quantity of a commodity, right? What is the demand curve? You can see that the demand curve is downward from left to right. It always negatively sloped. Now we are turning towards the main content of our syllabus, that nothing but the demand function. First of all you have to consider what is the demand function. Demand means मागणी, function म्हणजे फलन. The demand function means it is the quantity of demand is dependent and its various determinants are independent variable. Means in the simple language you can say that it is the mathematical expression, the relationship between the demand and given commodity and its various determinants. म्हणजे जसं मागणीवर परिणाम करणारे वेगवेगळे घटक असतात. फॉर एक्झाम्पल देर इज प्राइस अफेक्ट ऑन द डिमांड, इन्कम अफेक्ट ऑन द डिमांड, advertisement, government policy, number of things. You studied in the 12th standard, the price greatly affect on the demand. After for that, income affects on demand, then government policy affect on demand, price of a substitute affect on demand. Means when you see the relationship between demand and their determinants are called as demand function. In your book also you can study that what is the function means. The function means the relationship between dependent variable, that is demand, and independent variable like income, price, etc. Means when you consider the relationship between demand and other determinants, in the previous slide we studied about what is the relationship between demand and price. There is inverse relationship. When we consider the income, there is positive relationship. When you consider the price of a substitute commodity, there again positive relationship. When you consider the population, there is positive relationship. Means in the demand function you have to focus on the relationship between demand and their determinants. And which are the determinants? You have to focus that one is the price, second one is the price, second one is the income, next is the price of substitute good, next one is the government policy. Number of factors guys, number of factors like advertisement is there, atmospheric change is there, means taste and preferences again is there. Means there are number of factors who having the relationship with the demand, but it is different with a different determinants guys. Means कधी प्राइस बरोबर इन्व्हर्स रिलेशनशिप दिसेल तर कधी इन्कम बरोबर पॉझिटिव्ह रिलेशनशिप दिसेल, पॉप्युलेशन बरोबर देखील पॉझिटिव्ह रिलेशनशिप दिसेल. व्हॉट इज द मिनिंग ऑफ पॉझिटिव्ह अँड निगेटिव्ह? व्हेन प्राइस इन्क्रीजेस डिमांड डिक्रीजेस, म्हणजे प्राइस वाढली असता डिमांड कमी होतीये, म्हणजे एक वाढतंय दुसरं कमी होतंय, त्याला आपण इन्व्हर्स रिलेशनशिप म्हणतो. आणि व्हेन इन्कम इन्क्रीजेस डिमांड ऑल्सो इन्क्रीजेस, म्हणजे इन्कम वाढला की डिमांड सुद्धा वाढती, म्हणजे दोन्हीही वाढतंय, then it called as positive relationship. Means such a relationship, whether it is positive or negative, it will study under demand function. Again I am revising what is the demand function. The demand function means the relationship between dependent variable and independent variable. We have already seen the meaning of demand in the last slide, right? Now we have to study what is actual demand function. Demand function is nothing but the mathematical expressions between demand and its determinants. Which are the determinants? In the demand function, the quantity demand is the dependent variable and various determinants are independent variable. For example, the demand for the tea in Maharashtra, let me consider the example. The demand for the tea in Maharashtra during the 1 year is depend upon the capital income, price of a tea, price of a coffee. Even you can think about the price of other tea also, because there are number of competitors present in the market. Also you have to think about the habit. Those having the habit to drink a tea, they can only purchase the tea. Means whenever you producing XYZ commodity, you should think about all the determinants, whether they affect positively or negatively. So it is showing by one mathematical expression, that is dx is equal to function of p, y, pn, prg in the nothing but the price of commodity, y for income, price of related commodity, price of substitute commodity, and government policy. Means the traditional demand theory in the present of demand function. According to the above symbolic formula, the demand of x commodity is the function of its price. There are some important determinants of demand like consumer income, price of a commodity, related commodity, advertisement, government policy, even the population is there, atmospheric change is there, taste preferences is there. Means there are number of factors affect on demand. So just you have to focus on what is the demand. After that, what are the types of demand? Individual demand is there, market demand is there. Okay, right? After that, you have to focus on what is the firm's demand. I am again revising guys. What is the firm? Firm means the single production unit. And what is the industry? Industry means the group of firm. The law of demand, I am explaining it for the proper understanding of the demand function. So what is the law of demand? According to Alfred Marshall, other thing remains the constant. Price and quantity demand of a commodity having inverse relationship. Inverse is nothing but negative. You can use the inverse word over there or the negative. The meaning is same. In the simple word, when the price of commodity increases, the quantity demand decreases, and when the price of commodity decreases, quantity demand, means vice versa statement is there. Okay, what is the demand curve? Demand curve is the negatively slope from left to right. Next, what is the demand? Again I am revising. The second definition is very much important for you. It is the mathematical expression in the relationship between demand for the given commodity and its various determinants. Again you have to write which are the various determinants. The determinants like price, income, price of substitute commodity, government policy, taste and preferences, advertisement, number of things which affect on the demand. Okay, on the next lecture we are going to study the next content of the chapter. Thank you so much.